am saving for the future. I hope you're saving for the future. I am meeting my responsibilities outside of live streaming. So when I meet my adult responsibilities, then I live stream. But I'm thinking about people such as there's a Samantha character described in Andrew's book, Antisocial. She's a leader in Identity Europa, and so she gets Eli Mosley moves in with her, and he's more intent on being a thought leader than holding a job. So he sits around all day participating in podcasts and live streams and posting on the internet instead of getting a job. So obviously that is dysfunctional. Now, you meet your responsibilities, you pay your bills, you work a job, then go live stream. Those live streams are going to have a completely different quality than those people who are on disability, who decide that they don't need to get a job, those people who are checked out from live. So on the one hand, a live stream can be an addition to a life well lived. On the other hand, if a live stream becomes a substitute for living in the real world, that the live stream overwhelmingly is likely to become dysfunctional.
Roosh now used to be a pickup artist. Now he's the Orthodox trad Christian guy. He pretty much goes around telling people not to do what he did until he converted when he was high on a controlled substance. And he does not have anything to show for his conversion. Roosh essentially has been doing this Orthodox Christian trad thing for about over a year now. And he doesn't have kids or a wife or anything like that. And typically it is very easy for the trad religious guy, if he wants to find a wife. You know, she's probably not going to be a Revlon model, but they are out there. And but he brought it up that Roosh is still without, the wife and kid, despite the whole Orthodox religious motif. And I think Roosh believes in this thing to one extent or another. I'm not inside his mind, but he did start this when he was high on a controlled substance, and that's definitely not a great way to make a life-altering decision, which he says his decision to accept Jesus as the Savior.
You see this with people who go from one radical extreme to another, and alcoholics call it doing a geographic. So instead of dealing with the deep-seated issues that cause you to drink to excess, so because you're fundamentally ill at ease with yourself, with other people, and with the universe, so instead you move, you shift, you convert to a new religion, or you move to the other side of the country, or you do anything but address the inner issues. So making a radical change from pickup artist to a born-again religious Christian can be just the equivalent of doing a geographic, or it can be reflective or lead to deep inner works. Much of the time it's simply a delusion. That by changing this kind of external orientation, this external affiliation, that therefore is going to translate down into the inner work. So sometimes it's a delusion. Most of the time it's a delusion. Sometimes it's the real deal. It leads to the transformative inner work that produces someone who's much more productive for society. So it's always easier to do the dramatic external changes than to do the undramatic, but far more demanding, far more difficult, far more challenging internal works that it takes to become a functioning, productive member of society.